Hi, it's day 92 of the Stop the Diabetic Insanity journey. It's Friday, it's the beginning of the weekend. I just thought I'd address a few issues. I'd like to say that I'm very happy with the progress I've made so far. It's great being in a kind of new body or heading towards that level of success. I'm feeling that level of confidence coming back. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm very happy with where I am. I just want to basically just assert that um, it's not what people it's not what people say it is on those TV commercials that, as soon as you get a new body or you look thinner or you look better, that life's just immediately perfect. And you're just gonna have, people treat you nice and men ask you out on dates, and you're gonna get lots of offers for sex and marriage proposals, and it's just not like that. In fact, in general, it's just still like everyday life, like you still have to deal with the same level of disrespect and rudeness as you would, you know, any other time, Um, Today was particularly challenging, I have to admit. It's my first day back at work, and one thing I've noticed, is and disappointingly so, is that sometimes people are just not always nice. And you're not always going to get the cheery reception that you expect, even after 8 weeks away, or 9 weeks away. Um, People aren't always going to really like you or be happy to see you or even respond to you because they got their own stuff going on and you got your own stuff going on. And, this is just something we have to accept in life is just because, we're going on a journey and we're thinking life is pretty good in our minds doesn't mean that people agree with us, and we kind of have to just like go along with that and just deal with that, and just really be present to that and kind of respect it too. It's not a pleasant feeling, and this is also where the observer, taking on the observer stance can really come in handy. Today I was sitting in the lunchroom in the canteen with my students, and there was a scene that played out before my eyes that I found really emotionally challenging. Now, it wasn't directly to do with me, but it was directly to do with the way I felt. And I think many people are in this situation where they compare themselves and the emotions come up and the little voices in the head start talking. And this is where we kind of have to take responsibility and ask ourselves, is this really happening? Is this scene actually playing before me, or is this my mind actually playing up and actually teaching me something? And what I learned from that is I've taken a lot of my mum's issues in relation to do with my self esteem and my self worth. And those scenes were playing before my eyes to say, hey, you still got this going on. Why? Why are you still feeling this way? You've got no reason to, you know. You stand in your own pretty well. You're not a cripple. You're not uneducated. You communicate very well. You present very well. People do like you. Why are you letting something like this get in the way of what you want to achieve in your self-esteem? It's nothing to do with the people or the circumstances. It's a lot to do with you. And when you realize that most things that you think are real are not actually real, they're there to teach you a lesson, and you're perceiving it a certain way because you haven't addressed them, that's when you start seeing life very differently. And yeah, okay, there is a certain reality where people may not like you as much as other people, and I accept that. But a lot of it is you, a lot of it is created in your own mind. And, you know, it's taught me to let go of expectations of other people. Firstly, the self righteousness thing. Am I right? Am I always right? You know, you got to challenge yourself on that. And secondly, is it always to do with the issues that you think it's about? It might not be. So that really changes the way you should feel in the end. And I'm really hoping that by letting go of my expectations of other people and how they should treat me, that I'm hopefully going to feel a lot better about myself. It's challenging sometimes. I'm still surrounded by friends who have very low self esteem, unfortunately. and they don't always stand up for me. And this is a constant theme that I'm coming up against always. And I guess I'm always expecting my friends to stand up for me and say something on my behalf. And disappointingly, they often don't. Now, there's one or two choices. Either I accept that they don't understand and continue being friends, or I just stand up for myself and and pick new friends. So that's a choice that I have to make, and I have to take responsibility for that instead of constantly being annoyed and being let down and projecting the blame onto other people. There's something in that for me, isn't there? So I just want to end it here. I just want to wish everyone a good weekend. Hopefully, the next few days will lighten up a lot more and the weather will get better. Emotionally too, I'm hoping that I'll lighten up a lot more. Yeah, just want to wish everyone a good weekend, and I'll keep in touch about the journey.